Shade die Viside. Now, Bishop, your name is so difficult for me, but with all the difficulties, may God bless you and open doors for you. But I can't pronounce your name, but I can pronounce one, Jean.
John, I mean. John. He can be called John.
You can be called, you are John. Bishop, I came from, our language came from east and your language came from north. That's why we are having these challenges in the communication. But I call you John. So Bishop John, what you have done, it's so great. It may not be expressed by just simple words, but in a very simple language that I may be able to give. I'll just say this. This what you have done today, it will go to the books of Chronicles, those books of remembrance, not only in the world, but in the world to come.
Hello bakunzi ba Good Samaritan TV, twizere ko mumeze neza aho muherereye hose, twebwe ko murabibona tumeze neza cyane. Reka tubaye ikaze kandi muri iki kiganiro tugiye gukorana n'abantu badasanzwe muri bya bikorwa tugenda dukora umunsi ku wundi, ibikorwa bigenda bigaruka. Uyu munsi rero twaba twasuye ikigo ni cy'abana b'imfubyi cyitwa Havilla Children's Home. Muraje mumenye byinshi kuri ico kigo, muraje mumenye ibyo Good Samaritan Foundation African Mission yakoze. Turahari kugira ngo amakuru yose abashe kubageraho. Reka tuze guha ikaze Charles, turakoresha cyane ururimi rw'icyongereza. Tukomeze.
Yeah, one more time, I welcome you guys on our YouTube channel. So today we have a visitor, an amazing one, and so we're going to talk a little bit with him. Is the CEO, I can say, the greater person in the children's home. So we are in Havilla children's home. Let's start by introduction. So after we go.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are. I'm Pastor Samuel Wainaina. I'm the chairman Havilla Children's Home. And the word Havilla, people were asking, what does it really mean? It is in the Bible, in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 10. And it was a portion in the Garden of Eden, which was called Havilla. So here at the Havilla Children's Home, we started back in 2006. It's quite a bit of time since then. And it was started by our late Sophia Nyambura together with us as a group, because we manage the home as a board of management. It's a body of management. We are several of us. We have me, the chairman. We have Evelyn Waithera, the treasurer, and also the director. We have Gitau areas. We have Mr. Joe Karanja. We have Julia Keiro. All these are members, and we have Mr. Karanja as well, another Karanja, who is our admin. Anything that you see in our internet is done by that Joe, Mr. Joe. He's our admin. And we run this home purely from well-wishers and one-time donors, mostly. And God has really given us grace to come all this far. And we thank God for everything. And our children here, how we get the children, sometimes people ask, how do you get these children? How do they come to you? How do you know the needy children? All the children who come here, their cases are usually reported by good Samaritans who are around them and see them in need. So they report the cases to the police or to the area chief, and then the area chief or the police put it in record about the children, and then they report it to the children department, children office, and then in the children office, they usually weigh the case of the children, and if the children are deserving, if they are in need, then they write they put in record that those children are in need and they need some placement. So they call a children home around, and they ask, do you have vacancies? Now, for our case, if we have, we say yes. And then they go ahead and say, come and pick this child. And then they give us a letter which we take to the court, raw court, because the children must be committed to any home through a document from the judiciary, and that in that matter, the court, which is called committal order. That order is the one that commits the children to stay in any place. So they come, that's how we get our children, and maybe that briefly how we get the donation. Like today when the group of Good Samaritans Foundation Africa Mission came, they came with the goodies. And we really needed them, the calculators, the books, the rice, the cabbages, these diapers, all these things that we really needed them. Sometimes the donors call us and prior to their visit, and they ask, what do you need? And we go ahead and tell them what we really need. That's how we survive, and that's how we have been, we have come this far. And this far, we say, God is Ebenezer.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, how did you start this? Who come up with this idea, or how did you start this idea of starting children's home?
Okay, about the children's home and children's home, or any charitable organization, you just start it out of calling. You don't start it if you don't have the calling. Please don't. Just go after it if you have the calling and you have the grace. For instance, I usually, personally, I just feel like it is my part of doing. Any service I give. Just in the easiest way possible, because I have the grace to move on. So that's how we start. You start by the grace, then you go to the government for the documentation. For instance, here we have the registration with the government in the Ministry of Gender and Social Services. Nowadays, I don't know where the Department of Children Department. I don't know. Maybe after this, when the new government came, maybe it changed the ministry's name. But we are in Children Department. In whichever ministry, we are in Children's Department. We usually get the documentation, the registration from them, and they often come and inspect us. Every now and then, they come and inspect how you are running the home. They come and inspect your documentation. They come and inspect how the children are sleeping. They often come and inspect the kind of food you are giving to the children. They often come and inspect even the store where you are keeping the food for the kids. Yeah.
Okay. As we conclude, how did you receive ministry of Good Samaritan?
It is God sent. It is God sent. Because, for instance, if I may say, the things that they have brought today, they are things that we actually needed. It is timely, and especially also those calculators. When I saw those calculators, I knew a lot of my headache is gone. So, and the way they have come, and they presented to us the milk, whatever they have given to us. It is a great gift to us, because it is actually what we needed at the moment. Yeah, and we thank God for them. May God prosper them.
Okay, wow. As we conclude, I want to ask a little bit one question or two. So if someone wants to adopt any children here, do you have anything or any, I can say, terms and regulation to adopt a children? And another thing, how many children did you start with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I start with the easiest, about how many children we started with. We started with like 10. There were 6. The very first bunch was 6. Then we added 4 more. And by then we had a lot of problems, because nobody knew us. By then, nobody knew us. So even buying a kilo of beans, it was really difficult. In fact, we were sending children. By then, we were going for 1 kilo of beans, 2 kilos of maize, 2 kg maize flour, and we make the food. And we had no store by then. We had no store for food. But right now, by the grace of God, we have food store. That's, I think I have answered it rightly. Yeah? Okay. Then about adoption, we have two types of adoption, if I may say. We have one which is called adoption. Adoption is it has a lot of bureaucracy. It is difficult. You have to do a lot of documentations, court, a lot of inspection, and a lot of hectic way. That one is a bit hectic, and it is so much technical. You must even have a lawyer for you to go through it. But we have another one that is called fostering. Fostering is as simple as saying, let me start helping this kid. But I want to help him or her from my own home. That one, you just fill papers with the children office, and it is not that difficult. And then we have another one, another kind of fostering, which is even simpler. A child is here in children home, and you say you don't want to relocate the child to anywhere. Let the child remain in the home. But you spot one child and you say, I will be paying school fees for this kid. Okay. As a single child. You have fostered that child, and in a very simple way, and it will not give you a lot of headache and a lot of running up and down, but you can help. And also we have another one that can, that one is, I will pay the school fees, I will buy the food, the clothing, because the food and the shelter is here. That's the simplest one, I think. The three type of maybe adoption, if I may say. I'm using the word adoption with a lot of caution because it is a bit expanse, if you may, yeah.
Wow, as we are concluding, let's hear from him the challenges that you meet in this children's home.
Yeah. Myriad of them. There are a lot of challenges in children's home, a lot of them. Because if it might start, if it is not by the grace of God, some people who have only 2 or 3 children, they can tell you, their own children, how difficult it is to raise any child. Because the children themselves, they have their own challenges. As they change in ages, they have their own challenges. So those challenges, you can imagine if you have 20 of them, and you have your own 3 times. Now those challenges. 3, the financial challenges. If you have the maize flour and every food, but you don't have the fuel, the firewood, it is so difficult. Sure. And also in Nairobi, you know how difficult it is to get firewood.
Really?
It is difficult, very difficult to get firewood. And also, we depend on well-wishers because we don't have government support. The government of Kenya has not gone to that far of helping the children home in terms of finances. So you are here, you need money to take the child to secondary school, and you don't have one. They have sat for KCP, the standard 8, 10 of them, or 5. You can imagine that burden. And the government is not giving free scholarship because they are coming from children home. You have to pay. So it is difficult in that way. So the financial difficulties, that line is the most straining. Not with the starting also the health challenges, because suppose you have 40 or 20 children or 30. In any case, there is any outbreak or there is any kind of health challenge, like during the COVID times, we were so cautious about it because in such a case would be can become a very difficult one to us. So the challenges are normal, just like any other parent, but a parent with 20, 30 children. The challenges that come to children home are the same challenges that come to any parent. But now, in this case, is a parent of many children. That's a difficult part of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
as you've heard, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to handle this. So as we conclude, just a message to communicate to the Kenyans or the people around the world who want to maybe, any message you can give to them as we conclude in a few words.
Okay. I'll just paraphrase the Bible in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 33 to 36. And it just speak about 6 categories of people who each and every one of us has an obligation to help. 1, those who are hungry. The Bible says, I was hungry. Either you fed me or you did not feed me. I was thirsty. You either quenched my thirst or you did not. I was naked. You either gave me clothes or you did not. I was sick. You either visited me or you did not visit me. And 6, I was destitute. I didn't have somewhere to sleep. And you refused to welcome me to your house, or you welcomed me. That's our biggest responsibility. It is a responsibility of each and every one of us. Don't eat and eat and eat and eat. Eat and let others eat. Please. If you have food, share with other people. If you have clothes, don't allow yourself to have clothes and you alone. Help somebody else. And also, visit people who are in need, like those who are in jail, those who are in hospitals, and God will bless us all. That's our greatest commission. God bless you.
Wow. And any message to the CEO of Good Samaritan?
Bishop Shade Die Vizide. Now, Bishop, your name is so difficult for me, but with all the difficulties, may God bless you and open doors for you. But I can't pronounce your name, but I can pronounce one, Jean.
John, I mean. John. He can be called John.
You can be called, you are John. Bishop, I came from, our language came from east, and your language came from north. That's why we are having these challenges in the communication. But I call you John. So Bishop John, what you have done, it's so great. It may not be expressed by just simple words, but in a very simple language that I may be able to give, I'll just say this. This, what you have done today, it will go to the books of Chronicles, those books of remembrance, not only in the world, but in the world to come. Because as I had paraphrased the Matthew chapter 25, from 36 to from 33 to 36, whatever we do here, these deeds of kindness, they reward here and they reward in the world to come. So, Bishop, God bless you. God bless you with your family. May God extend your boundaries. Nimeshangaa, Bishop, that you came in Kenya as a refugee and you are now helping the indigenous. The indigenous. It means you have a blessing from God. It is a great blessing. Great blessing. God bless you and God expand your ministry and whatever you are doing. May God bless your children and your children in Jesus' name.
Wow.
Amen.
Special thanks to the CEO of Good Samaritan, and also it was your journalist, Charles Mugabe. On my side, Mutoni, be blessed. We love you so much.